Flosstube.
Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Cathy Roganella,
And I'm Nancy.
and we are from Inspired Needle.
Right. And today happens to be April 10th.
April 10th.
I noticed we didn't tell them what day it was last time in our last video.
Oh, do we normally do that?
Oh, we should.
I don't know.
Alright.
So, okay, it's the last 2 days was very nice and beautiful. Spring has sprung in Chicagoland. Although today it's back to winter, so I don't get it. It was like raining all day, and I heard little pellets hitting the window, and it sounded like maybe it was snow or sleet.
Snow or sleet, right?
My husband called me today because every day for the last 60 days at least, I've been complaining about the weather. Oh, it's so cold, it's so cold. So he calls me this morning. He had to go up to Wisconsin to work for his job. And so he calls me, goes, I'm going to tell you something. He goes, I can guarantee you are happy that we don't live in Wisconsin. And I'm like, why?
Get like a foot of snow.
He said, it's snowing up here. And I'm like, oh, I would die. I would just die if it starts snowing. I'm sorry. I am so over winter. But I was excited because on the way in, there's a couple trees that 2 days ago, 2 days, I guess, of good sunshine, and the trees start budding. And then we have I call it the field of daffodils, but it's not. It's just like this big planting. I live in a condo complex, and outside of I guess our grounds, there's this huge patch of daffodils. And I'll take some pictures as they start budding, and I'll post them to my Instagram. Oh, and by the way, I have to put this in there somehow, but I'm Inspired Cathy on Instagram, and Nancy just signed up for an Instagram account too.
I am Nancy in Stitches.
Nancy in Stitches. Okay, so if you want to check us out on Instagram, you can do that.
I haven't posted anything on Instagram, so
Yeah, I guess I have to follow you.
yeah, you have to follow me.
Yeah, are you following me? Yeah, you are following me. Yeah, I saw
I was
that.
just wanting to follow a few people. I am following the Queen of England. So.
I didn't even know she had an Instagram. Like,
It was just recently she
gosh.
started one. A lot of really nice pictures. Some real pictures of her when she was very young and first became queen. So
oh my
I
goodness,
enjoyed it.
That's funny.
But
And I just started following. I didn't even know they had Instagram accounts because it had been a while since I watched them. Allison and Jennifer from they're sisters and they're Canadian, and
oh yeah,
I can't remember the name of their Flosstube channel. But anyway, I'm sorry if I'll put it either in the comment section or I will kind of overwrite it over the video. I'm not that technically good yet with the editing the Flosstube videos, but I'll do my best.
she's getting much better. At least we have some neat music now. So
I don't know. Some of these people are so professional and they insert and words show up everywhere, and I forgot.
Insert a picture like back there.
Yeah, I can't do
I
that.
don't know how to do that. So, but anyway, we're getting
Sorry,
off
I have a
script,
fuzzy on my nose or something.
which we don't even have a script. We're just like kind of punting today. But speaking of music, kind of. First of all, we wanted to thank you for all your wonderful comments on our last video.
Yeah, thank you for everybody who watched our video.
When on the last video, after I sang my little tune, I meant to say, I know, please don't comment. I know not to quit my day job, but I was shocked to see how many people enjoyed my singing. So.
She's gonna break out again right now.
Yeah, I can actually quit my day job. So, Cathy, after this video, I'll give you my 2 weeks notice. I'm gonna change careers. So yeah, is everybody ready? Well, it's 1, 2, 3. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are gonna win today, and that's all I'll give you. But our Cubbies have kind of started slowly this season, but hey, the season's young. Anyway, we're so thanks again for all the comments.
Oh, and speaking of, our winner last week of the intruder pattern, 2 weeks ago of the intruder pattern was Diane, and she's 1856 Brick House, and she sent us this cute little thank you card for for the pattern, and we just want to say thank you. Thanks for watching, thanks for participating, and thanks for the cute little thank you note. You didn't have to do that, but we appreciate it.
Cute cats.
And speaking of giveaways, we don't really have any special thing to say for giveaway, but we're cleaning up, we're getting rid of all the winter stuff, putting out the spring stuff here at the shop, and I came across this. If you've never seen one, this is the
Book of Days?
Yeah, the Book of Days by Needlework Press, and it's just a calendar. You just write in. There's the dates, and the blocks are nice and big, where you can write in. A lot of people use these to track their progress, their stitching progress, and you just write in. Maybe I started, farmhouse Christmas or something in one of the squares, and you can just keep track of your progress. And there's some little quotes and a lot of nice little things in here, and people collect these. There's also some space if you wanted to chart something of your own. You could take notes, do whatever. But anyway, I found out I have too many of these, so we're gonna do a giveaway. I have two patterns. Two Book of Days I'm gonna part with. So what should we ask them? How about favorite springtime flower?
Okay.
Because I love hyacinth. That's my favorite springtime flower. So tell us what your favorite springtime flower is, and I'll send this out to 2 winners. Who was it? Steph from Pam and Steph. Mm-hmm. Have you watched their most recent video? They came up with this, YouTube has a comment generator for contests and stuff like that.
Oh.
So you can just say how many comments you have, and you send them your comments. I'll have to read up on it, but you send them your comments. It does like a mix-up thing, and then it pulls the winner. So that's really cool. So 2 winners, Book of Days. What's your favorite flower?
Cool.
Okay, and then I think we're on to...
We're going to do whips.
Okay.
Whips. So I have some progress this time, folks. So I'll start with the one I just started. This is the Wolf Black from Hands On Design.
That just came out at market.
Just came out at market.
There's also a Meow for cat lovers. Oh, Nancy
Meow.
has it here? Okay.
And the Meow.
She's
To show
prepared.
you. I'm prepared. And I just got started. I mean, literally. That's all I got. But aren't these, look at these, the little white balls with the red back
They're like little
stitching? They're
baseballs.
baseballs.
That's so
It
adorable.
looks adorable. I love
Let me
it.
bring it up closer so you
Yeah,
can
if
see.
you'd like to.
So adorable. What are these little things, blue and red at the top here? What are those?
Well, sometimes you can't tell what they are until you stitch the piece together, so...
Is it like a banner or like a kerchief or something for the dog?
It could be.
Because sometimes they tie them around. Yeah, see how that guy has the one tied around his neck?
Oh, yeah, you're right, but that's what it is.
So cute.
Cute.
Kathy comes up with the cutest things. Kathy Haberman.
Kathy Haberman.
Okay.
So I just wanted to show you that this is the bag that it gets kept in. Nice dog bag. I love it. I think Kathy bought this.
Stitch a Gift.
For me.
That's from
Yeah,
Stitch a
isn't that
Gift.
cute? Very
And these
nice.
are mesh project bags. I know a lot of you guys see the ones. See, it's like that plastic mesh. A lot of you guys are seeing all the clear front ones, but this one helps your project breathe, because they say not to keep your fabrics and things like that in plastic, but that's a nice breathable way to do it.
Right. Well, while we're on the subject of blacks, I wanted to let you know, it's been mentioned a couple times, so I have no choice now. I'll
She's
be
locked into it.
locked into it. I'll be doing a finishing class on a block. So you're not tied into Woof or Meow. You don't have to do those. We only have 2 right now at the shop. We have the Vino block, which I've stitched.
And Kathy has a lot of blocks.
And then we also have Snow at the shop. And Cathy has a lot of blocks. But if you are interested, if you're local, if you're not local, you want to come in to the shop on our, when we do the finishing, I believe it's a Saturday in August is what we picked
I don't remember exactly.
We thought
that was
somewhere around there. It'll be in our newsletter.
Second weekend in August, the 10th, maybe
Something
the 10th,
like that.
August 10th.
Yeah, and then we'll also keep you informed here on our videos about.
But we
the
want to give you
finishing
enough
class
time to
get
get
your
going,
materials.
get it started, get it stitched. Because when you come to class, you're putting it together. You're going to walk out with that little block all done.
Oh, hopefully, there's a lot of finishing.
Or at least you'll get
At
a good
least we'll-
start on it, and you'll be able to finish it on your own.
Exactly. If we can get the side and the top put together in class, and then you'll know how to finish the rest. So, anyway, stay tuned for more details. And then I also was working on the Hometown Christmas by Abby Rose Designs. This is a shop model, and I made
Let me hold it.
some nice progress on it. Do we need something behind that, or are we good?
Give me your pattern there. Sorry, we're going to put something behind it because it seems a little...
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
So I'm getting to the start of my favorite thing to stitch. The house.
Christmas? Oh.
No, the house.
Like that is Christmas. The whole thing is Christmas.
Mm-hmm. So that, and then, surprise,
that pattern.
surprise. Oh, I need that pattern, right.
Because I was giving her grief about it in the last video.
Surprise, surprise. Guess what I've been giving some love to? Miss Lucy. You see that okay? Yeah.
Just stitching. This is the piece that her and my two friends, Debbie and Pam, are working on. It's supposed to be a stitch along, but Debbie is probably done at this point. And Nancy and Pam are not making much progress at all.
I'm sure I'll come in second. So, pardon my wrinkly fabric here. But, I mean, look how big this thing's going to
Let's
be.
straighten it up. There we go.
So that's, I think the last time I showed it to you, I think I had 2 flowers done. So, Sundays have become my Miss Lucy day.
Oh, that's cool.
So, at least I want to give her some
Pretty
attention.
colors. Very pretty.
Yeah, I just love
What color
this
fabric are you using?
I'm using Lakeside Linens. This is vintage exemplar. It called for light exemplar, but we didn't have it, and I kind of like the vintage better. It's very pretty. So
that's regular exemplar. You said light. You said the pattern called for light.
Oh, the pattern called for light. This is vintage.
Well, either one, light or regular, could be vintage. That's
Oh,
just
really?
regular exemplar.
Oh, okay. What do I know?
She only works here at
I
the
only
shop
work here.
and sells Lakeside regularly.
Yeah. So, well, that's the end of my whips. So.
Really? That's it? Okay.
How many more you want? Yeah, don't have enough shop models to do.
I am working on, I have to tell you this because the big reveal is April 15th. So I am furiously stitching, and I don't stitch a lot, but the kids were in for spring break last week. So I had some downtime in the car and a little bit at night in the evenings when we were done with our touristy stuff. You might have seen some posts from me. While we were in Missouri, we went to our Galleria Hotel. It was awesome.
Yeah?
I got to
Nice.
visit. I got to see some of the same people we see all the time there. And it was fun. It was a little rainy the first day. We went to a cavern, and then the next day, because it wasn't raining, we went up in the arch. And I don't know if you guys have ever been up. Have you?
I've never been in the arch. No.
Me and my cousin went a couple years ago with her son. And we went up, and I will never forget. It was the creepiest thing. I shouldn't say creepy. It's just a little unnerving because if you're claustrophobic or if you're afraid of heights, this could maybe kind of like wig you out a little bit. But you get in this, there's this little doorway, and you have to step through the doorway, and there's space for, they say 5 people. I'd say 4 is probably pushing it. But it's this little pod. They changed the name, and I forgot what they call it now, but I've always referred to it as a pod. So you get in this little thing, and it looks all circular inside, and the 4 of you are crammed in there. And then when you imagine the arch, okay, so you're on one leg, there's another elevator on the other, the pod system, okay, so one goes up, I think, and one comes down, or are they both up and down? I'm not sure. But you get in there, and then it goes because you figure the pot is upright, but it's on some kind of suspension system, and it goes.
Wow. I'd be freaking out.
All the way up to the
Yeah.
top. It's very weird, but
How did the kids like it?
they liked it. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was great. And then I was brave. I am terribly afraid of heights, but I did actually go. They have these little windows, like, well, they're not really this little, but it looks like they're little. They're maybe this big, and you have to they have a wall where you kind of lean up against, and you're leaning, but you're not horizontal. You're kind of at an angle like this, and you kind of lean on it and look out through this little window. And I mean, it's an awesome view, but I can't look for too long because then I start, with the height thing. So I just back
I
away.
never knew you were afraid of heights.
I never used to be. I used to go out, climb on the roof. I mean, I can't believe the things I did as a child.
I used to too. But
If our mother only knew. We were out on the roof retrieving balls out of the gutters. I don't know. It was just funny. But anyway, so I can't show you this thing. Okay, so at market, we meaning me and about 29 other shop owners out of the whole United States, or I guess out of the country, because there could have been some foreign ones there. I don't know. But we were involved in a class by 3 designers. I can't mention their names right now because it's not reveal day. But we were able to take a class, and it's going to be a club piece, an exclusive club piece. Us 30 shop owners are the only ones that are allowed to sell this piece when it's revealed on April 15th. So all I can show you right now, this is the color of the fabric, and those are the threads.
isn't that pretty?
Is that awesome or what? I mean, it is stunning. I love it. I love it.
What color or what count fabric is this?
It's 32 count. It's a linen. And so come April 15th, I'm furiously working on my piece. So here, I'm going to hide it a little bit, just so you know I'm not lying. Okay, so here, it is on the Q-snaps, you can see, okay? I can't show you it, but it is on the Q-snaps. I'm 2/3 done with it. So April 15th, you'll get to see it. There is a color alternate for those that don't want to stitch on the dark blue. These colors will look equally as beautiful on. So I'm just telling you all this now. And Inspired Needle, other shops can offer too, but Inspired Needle is going to offer it with this linen or the alternate linen, all the threads. You're going to get a little needle minder. You're going to get some other little tchotchke things inside this kit. So I'm telling you guys, you're going to love it. So get ready. I'm probably going to do a short little video on April 15th to reveal it, and then put that out there so you can see how beautiful it is and sign up for it if you would like. Because like I said, this is exclusive. Not every shop's going to get to offer it. Only those that took the class.
And we'll have a Ada option as well?
Yes, there'll be an Ada option. 2 colors, the blue and also the alternate color.
Okay. Awesome.
So that's what I've been stitching mainly. I dropped my, where are my guys? I dropped my Holly Jollies because I have to stitch this piece for the reveal. But I do want to show you a little bit of progress I have. These are my Holly Jollies. I think you saw him finish last time. Here is February Santa, and then you can see I'm starting on the March, but he got dropped like a hot potato as soon as I started working on this market piece. Club piece.
Club piece.
So, and I can't even, all I have to say is you guys are going to love it. It's going to be fabulous. So those are my whips.
Okay.
That's all I have for a whip.
Okay. What are we doing next?
Okay. I have an FFO. Another market piece. This was a little kit from Praiseworthy Stitches called Just Chillin'. Bunch of people order these, and I have them, and it comes with all the parts, and you're probably like, it's not very impressive just like this. You're like, what is it? But I'm telling you guys, when I saw this in person, I was like, I'm stitching one. I don't know, I ordered a bunch of them for the shop, so if you're interested, I have one here. But look at this guy. Isn't he that cute?
Oh, he's stitched on both sides.
He's stitched
His
on both
face.
sides.
Awesome.
Yes. See? And he's like a little snow globe. There is, I don't want to shake him too much, but there is little, you'll see the snow. You know, you're supposed to be able to shake it up. I don't want to go crazy with it because I'll mess him up. But yes, there's a little snow in there, snow globe. And yeah, he was so cute. He didn't take that long. He took maybe, you know, a night to stitch the front and the back, and then maybe another night to assemble it all, put it all in there. And then you can hang it from that, or there's this little string. But that's just chilling, praiseworthy stitches. They always come up with the neatest little things, I swear. It's just fun little kits.
Very cute. Call us or website. You can order.
And then the last time we talked to you, I was showing you Nancy's stoneware snowman, and I inadvertently held up the stoneware bunny. Well, we, did a model of the original.
I think we showed these
a long time ago. This bunny, and that was the fabric on the back. So we showed it. But Nancy also stitched. I'll give you a couple. She stitched some bunnies in different colors, and I put them together.
Go ahead.
That's okay. So it just shows you don't have to stick with what the designer calls for. Aren't these cute?
Cute, adorable. I of course love the purple one.
Yeah. So we have all the patterns here at the shop. These are the cute little spring bunnies. And speaking of spring, we have an oldie but goodie. I know people make comments about that. The oldie but goodie.
They want to see an oldie but goodie.
So I've mentioned
today.
I've mentioned other snappers. I think one time on a video we showed Snapperville, the original Snapper, and then we did the winter Snapperland. Right. Now this is spring Snapperland, also by the Bent Creek, and I just thought it was appropriate for spring time. I gotta stand up here. So these are the separate little. Each of these little squares here, each one is a separate pattern. So there's the beehive, there's some chickens. Chelsea, did you ever see this one? There's some little bunnies, and of course the little buttons, Jabco buttons. There's a little bee over here. Just so cute. So that's our oldie but goodie. I'll put that down.
Okay.
And I do not have any more oldie but goodies.
Pattern you're hiding there. Oh, that's the card.
That's the card.
Oh, did you want to talk about those things?
Yeah. This was something I picked up at Market. Sorry, I'm reaching across the table. Something I picked up at Market that I've been using, and I love it. There's a new gal at Market called Stitchy Shelly, and she was selling you might have seen, she had some other like scroll frame covers and stuff. So like if you stitch on a scroll frame, it would just cover it, so you don't have to be tacky like me. I walk around with holding my stuff in a pillowcase or a bag or whatever. But she made some covers. I didn't have those. She was kind of picked over by the time I got in her room. But I wanted to show you. She makes these little squares of fabric, and on the inside, look at that. It's a little catch-all where you can I have my floss name, and then I just stick my needle through. I keep them, especially like on that Holly Jolly where there's a lot of color changes. That's what these are from. And you just stick it in there, and then let's say you're packing up your stuff, just fold it, boom, throw it in your stitch bag. I mean, these it doesn't go anywhere. These are awesome. So we have a few more. Those are some fabrics.
Is that special kind of sticky fabric, or?
I'm not sure what she does. And she says you can also use it for beading. But here's some more she got. I just picked up a couple. Like I said, I got to her room late in the day at Market, and she was really picked over. So these run $16. So they're not bad at all.
Stitchy Shelly.
Stitchy Shelly. So she's, like I said, this was her first Market, and really nice stuff. So
okay.
Watch for more stuff from her, because I'm sure I'll be ordering something else.
All right. What shall we do next? I have stash.
Go ahead.
Or haul.
I think I'm done with all my stuff.
I have haul. Kathy doesn't have haul. She has the
Oh,
whole shop.
I have one more thing. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
One more. Well, you can show something. I'll get this ready while you're talking.
Oh, I purchased a lot, and I haven't showed you everything I purchased.
Oh,
but
no.
I have
Is this
the,
market stuff?
I have the green bag. Da, 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 da.
That's my inspired needle bag. That's the color.
I think Cathy should change color bags because she's had the green for 10 years. And now everybody's husband knows where they've been when they see the
green bag.
The green bag. So
except at market time. Market time, we get when we go around room to room, we get our goodies that we purchased in a bag. So I reuse a lot of those bags because they're perfectly fine. So usually around market, especially when you're buying like big quantities, you get like an incognito bag. So. Okay, go ahead.
So, in my green bag, this was at market, but Cathy didn't get a chance to get to her room.
Oh, yeah.
This is from Miss Kitten Stitcher, Teresa Vanette.
Shakespeare's
Peddler. This is A Savior's Praise. And I saw one of her most recent videos where she showed this. Sorry about the glare. But I just love the border. I mean, look, there's a house.
Yeah, everyone
there's
I know.
Boat.
Everyone I know that has talked about the sampler just brags on this border.
Right. And so I also picked up the threads. She uses she likes Anchor. So I only used the Anchor black so far. And it was nice. So that was one purchase. And then, let's see, courtesy of Jamie, who works here, she was going to put this away one day, and I went, oh, where are you going with that?
That's an old
chart. So
that's by a shop called Sunflower Samplings. They used to be here in Illinois, up in Crystal Lake.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's an old pattern. Wow.
I don't know. It's kind of a glare. I don't know if you can see, but in the grass is the numbers 1 through 9 or 10. I'm gonna not do those, and I'm gonna put sheep in. I think. And then, courtesy of the enabling by, I knew I was gonna forget her name. Shucks, I'll think of it here. But I've seen many people stitching this, and this picture does not do it justice.
Did Priscilla and Chelsea do that?
Possibly. But I've been watching...
That's an older pattern.
Yeah, I've been watching... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
See, it's like camera amnesia or something.
Her name went out of... Well, I could have wrote it down. But she's in... I don't even remember what state she lives in. I do remember that she's a cat breeder. She breeds. Now I'm not even going to remember what breed she breeds. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Okay, stay tuned. We'll put it all in the remarks section.
The name's coming to me, so if I blurt it out here, you'll know that I figured it out. All right, so that is my haul.
You got any Nancyisms for us?
I don't have any Nancyisms. I do have. Before we do that,
I want to show this. This is from Puntini. We've had this hanging up in our shop for, I don't know, 3-4 months. But anyway, my friend Debbie stitched this. They have a whole series of, this is the autumn one, but they have a whole series of spring, summer, and they all have like welcome, whatever the season is. And they're so cute. These buttons are awesome. This is an Italian designer. We picked this up at Galleria last year in the fall. And she had, these were also at market. So you might start seeing these around at your favorite shop. If not, we have all 4 seasons right here in Lamont. So if you would like a copy, we can certainly get that out to you.
Right. And trust me on those, the chart does not do them justice.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, you have to see the models. Stunning.
Okay, I truly am finished now.
Oh, okay. Yay! Okay, and then I know we're getting close to 30 minutes here, but I do have one more segment. No more Nancyisms yet.
She has to really come up with something.
I gotta come up with something. But I do have my new segment, What's in the Bag?
Yeah, a lot of people like the What's in the Bag.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
we keep banging the table. We're sitting at our cutting table.
The trusty old bag. Dun, da, da. And first thing that's in the bag, let me show you.
Uh-oh, she's taking off her glasses.
Uh-oh. What does that mean? Could it mean Nancy got new glasses? Woohoo! Look, I'll come in closer. Aren't those awesome? They're called...
I noticed her first thing when she walked in. I'm like, you got new glasses.
They're called Purple Torque. I love them. And...
Can you tell purple is her favorite color?
Yeah, I have blue on, but I don't have that many purple shirts. But what else is in the bag? What could this be? Gee, it's another eyeglass case. Huh, what did Nancy get? Looky here. The jury's still out on whether I like these or not. I had the doctor did a pair of prescription readers for me. And geez, look again, purple.
Those look more black. More black,
Do they?
brown, dark brown, yeah.
Well, they are purple.
Okay.
But I've been on and off stitching with them. I suppose it comes with age, but I really like to see everything big. And so I really like to use a magnification, a big magnifier. But I'm going to keep working with these.
So you wear those instead of your glasses?
Yeah.
Okay, because I use my glasses and then I have a pair of cheaters. I kind of do like this with my cheaters. So I have like 4 eyes.
Right.
6 eyes.
That's how I was when I was using the old glasses. But, and I still do. I found myself grabbing my cheaters and putting them here on the bottom of my nose with these. But like if I'm stitching in my recliner and I want to watch TV and I have those readers on, well then I can't see the TV.
Yeah, that's my problem too.
Yeah. So I have one more thing that's kind of in the bag. It's kind of really not in the bag, but that's the whole point. I received...
It could have been in the bag.
It could have been in the bag, but I didn't want to wrinkle it. So I didn't... I received some sisterly kindness this week. So let me show you.
Which sister we have?
Oh,
there's 3 of us all together.
There's 3, yeah. Well, from this one.
Sister.
This sister. Sisterly kindness. She surprised me. Ta-da!
After we made our video, I was at Costco, I think the next day or so. And I'm like, oh, she said she didn't have a jersey. So, I mean, it's not a Kyle Hendricks.
Yeah, there's no name or nothing.
But it was a
That's
jersey.
Okay. So it was a jersey. Can you believe the price of jerseys with names on them? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was looking into getting her one, and I'm like, whoa, those are pricey. Maybe for your birthday or something.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice for Christmas. Like
Christmas.
You and Robin can go in together on a jersey. But Kyle Hendricks, I already said this, but he did sign a 4-year extension, so...
With the Cubs?
With the Cubs.
Oh, so at least your jersey will be good.
Jersey
for 4
will be
years.
good, right. So somebody in the comments mentioned they had a Ron Santo
Oh, yeah.
jersey.
That's
that
an
would be
old
awesome.
one. Yeah.
I have been forgetting to ask or to put on my Christmas list the radio guy, Ron and Pat Hughes. Pat Hughes is of baseball commentators over the years, one being Ron Santo. And he's hysterical. If you ever listened to the Cubs when Ron was still alive, he was hysterical. But I've been meaning to put that on my wish list for many years. I forget what they're called. Baseball something. Baseball Legends. I think you can go to that. They have a website and you can purchase these CDs and listen. They have Harry Carey, I'm sure, and all the famous guys. Guys with St. Louis. And there's another guy who used to be not a movie star.
I just remember the Harry Carey. Holy cow! My grandma, I swear. Not my mom. When my mom would watch TV with Nancy, I was never into baseball like they were. But they always watched the White Sox because we were South Side Chicago. So that was our team, the Chicago White Sox. But then, I don't know what happened, how you guys flipped over to the Cubs, but my grandma was diehard Cub fan. Oh my gosh.
I don't think Mom did. I did. Well, I moved to Arizona when I was 18. I moved to Arizona.
Oh, you could only get WGN.
I could only get WGN.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at the time, that was 1984. The Cubs were exclusively broadcast on WGN.
Okay.
So I would watch the Cubs. Well, because I wanted not necessarily to see the game, but they would show, camera shots. They would show the lakefront and downtown Chicago.
Yeah. She was a little homesick.
I was homesick, so that is how I became a Cubs fan. And then I think I came home in 1989. I ended up returning home, and
my grandma was a big Cubs fan, diehard. Well, she was Northsider pretty much her whole life. So
right. There are probably things that all they're ever going to talk about is those Cubs. But
we do talk about stitching.
We just talk about stitching. But I never, just one more Cub comment. I grew up, like Cathy said, we grew up White Sox fans, and I always would make fun. Our cousins also lived on the north side of Chicago. They were Cub fans, and so we would tease each other, really pretty badly. But I would comment about how horrible the Cubs were, like how can anybody be a Cubs fan? And you don't know until you know. Is something
that could be a Nancyism.
That isn't.
You don't know until you know.
I use that Nancyism as that phrase in relationship to something else, which I can't say because I promise no politics, no religion, and etc. So I won't mention where that comes from. But as far as the Cubs go, I couldn't understand how does anybody like this team? They're horrible. Until I started watching them, and there's just something about some
magicalness.
It's the magicalness, yeah. There's just something about.
That's not even a word.
maybe just rooting for the underdog that were so horrible. You're just rooting that they would win.
Something about the fans. It's like infectious. If you get surrounded by other Cub fans, or you're watching a game and you just feel that energy, hear that energy, and I'm sure a lot of other cities could say the same thing about their teams, but there's just something, you get caught up in the moment, and it's like, because I could be, when they were winning the World Series, I was, in those games prior to winning the World Series, I was a Cubs fan for a couple weeks. Right. I'm a Chicago fan. How about that?
There we go. So anyway,
that's all we have.
That's what's in the bag this week, folks.
This week,
this every other week.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm like, Cathy texted me, "Get your stuff ready. We're recording."
Yep.
I'm like, okay. So yeah, we have to get better at
being more regular.
Right.
And there were a few Flosstubers that I started watching, but I haven't written them down, so I'm gonna be better.
Leslie Hurley.
I haven't watched her yet.
She's hysterical. It's Fat Cat Stitching. I'm not sure. I apologize, Leslie. I'm sorry. But if you just Googled Leslie Hurley, Hurley, you will find her Flosstube. She is the reason for this chart. Oh. Thank you, Leslie. Okay. She did such a beautiful job. So.
Yeah, and I got back to watching, I told you my Canadian girls, I'll write them in the comments, the name of but you probably know them already. They're pretty popular. Right. And I caught up on a lot of Priscilla and Chelsea that I was behind on.
Yeah. I'm behind on them. I think 1 or 2 videos.
No, I'm current except for the one this most recent week.
Right. But anyway, since I mentioned Leslie Hurley, I don't know that she watches us, but if you do, Leslie is a cat breeder of Burmans, and
those are cute cats.
They are very cute. And Leslie, I'm just letting you know, one of these days I'm going to show up and to meet you somewhere. Either I'll come all the way to you, or we'll meet halfway. But I'm going to get me one of your Burmans, and I want a female kitty, and I want to name her Stella after.
After the grandma that's a Cubs fan.
After our grandma.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
So.
Okay, what's her again? Her channel?
Leslie Hurley. It's something like It's Fat Cat
Okay, I'll have
Stitches or something
look
like
for
that.
it.
She's hysterical. She's a nurse. Mary would like her.
Any new ones that I watch, I'm going to write down so I can remember to tell you all, because there's been some good ones and some okay ones.
Right.
Sometimes if they don't stitch stuff that I like, it's hard for me to stay. You know, I have a shortened attention span then in those, and I might flip around and just kind of skip around.
Right. Cathy and I like totally different
Stitching?
and Flosstube videos with people. I enjoy their personal stories, your personal stories. I enjoy listening to
those are fun.
What's happening in your lives. I thought the couple times Cathy and I watched together, I thought she prefers to watch the ones that are constantly holding up their stitching.
Not necessarily.
No?
I like to see a lot of times what they're stitching. If I can't relate with what they stitch, because I'm a sampler kind of gal. I mean, the stuff that I stitch for the shop, it's a shop model. It's not the stuff that I would probably stitch for myself. But I like big samplers like that Just Keep Stitching that Nancy showed. I like that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, I go across the board and watch a bunch of different people. Have you ever watched, and we're just rambling now, but have you ever watched Cathy and Debbie? Snug Harbor Crafts. They're fun too.
Snug Harbor? Yeah, I think you told me about that one.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. I just kind of skip around. I don't watch like in order. Like Nancy will go and start with video 1 and all the way through. I just kind of flip around.
I am still over a year behind on
Oh no, don't tell me. Pam and Steph.
Pam and Steph.
You gotta get more recent.
Yeah. because their videos are so long.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, I think that's it. Look for another video to learn more about the Mystery Club piece.
Right.
We'll keep you posted. It'll show up on my Instagram probably as soon as I post it.
Okay. Are you gonna snap some pictures of a trunk show or something?
I have a little video that I'm going to insert after this. We have a Rosewood Manor trunk show in the shop, just a small one. We picked up some models when we were in market and brought them back with us, so those are out on display. So if you're local, come look at them, but I'll explain all that in the video and I will attach it at the end. So until next time, Flosstube, thanks for coming and tuning in. We will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
And now I would like to introduce the Rosewood Manor trunk show that we just set up at the shop. This is called 16 Birds, and we did ours as a belt pull. You can see we did it a while ago, 2009, but it's a beautiful piece. Okay, and this here is baskets. You can see all the different baskets. Birds too, but the baskets are beautiful. And then right below it, hidden tulips. There's tulips everywhere. Karen Kluba is the designer, and she just put tulips every which way. Different motifs, different colors, just simply beautiful. And that's a beautiful piece for spring. So you can see, even like, I'm going to zero in on this little motif here. It's 4 little tulips all put together. Really, really pretty. And we'll go here. This is called Lime Walk, and I'm trying to avoid the shadow. It's hanging up on the wall in my shop, and there's a light right there. So Lime Walk. And that green is just about my favorite color. As you can tell from my shop walls, this is Dreaming of Tulips. You can tell a different tulip. Tulip is written everywhere. Different fonts, different script. Really, really pretty piece. And here is Willowbrook Pathway. And when I first saw this piece, it's interesting for Chicago area. Sorry, that's the mic that you're seeing, the reflection there, or the shadow. When I first saw this piece and I saw the title was Willowbrook, I'm like, oh yeah, we have a town right not too far from Lamont here called Willowbrook. Comes to find out that Karen Kluba used to live in Willowbrook, which is where she got the name. So, little interesting fact. There's her initials, looks like. Or the initials of the stitcher, 2014. Here's 3 butterflies. Right in the center, you can see the, oh, I'm sorry about the shadow. It's awful. That itself is a really, really pretty piece. Love the colors on it. 3 butterflies. And the last one in our little trunk show here is the Leeds House Sampler. And that was done on a Picture This Plus, maybe pewter, I'm not positive. If anyone wants to know what some of these fabrics are or what the threads are, just ask us in the description, you know, below, in your comments, but below the description box, ask us. And then you can read, I'll kind of zero in here a little bit so you can read the quote that's on here. It's really, really a nice piece and kind of a little different with this blue because Karen is known for her pinks and really pretty palette, but I like this one in the blue. Okay, there you go. Rosewood Manor Trunk Show here at the shop. If you're local, come on in, stop by, see it. And if you're not so local, I'm sorry, this is, maybe you'll get a chance to see them someday. And Karen will be at Needlework Galleria, and you'll be able to see these and all her models. She usually brings a ton of them to set up in her room. There you go. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Actually, I'll probably insert this afterward. After our regular Flosstube video. Okay. Talk to you later.